Hello, Virgo. It's umomgtarot, and this is your someone secretly doesn't want you to know this. I mean, what's that about? We're going to figure it out with the astrology reading cards, and then we're going to dip in with the energy oracle and do a tarot spread and figure this out. If you would like a personal reading, please check out the description for a link to my website. And here's your first card. Ooh, we got Gemini. And the energy is communicative, mischievous, lively, witty, and informative. Stimulating exchanges possible. There's more. Alright, so you have Gemini energy, and they secretly don't want you to know something, but you know they'd be talking, so something might just slip out. Then we have Sagittarius energy, and the energy imbues power, superior confidence, and enthusiasm with faith, good fortune, and authority. Gemini and Sagittarius, so far we're getting the mutables here, so adaptable people who change with they go with the flow, kind of, they change to their situation much easier than other signs. So we have somebody who, you know those people that when they're talking they can pivot very quickly. You're like, what? But I thought you said this dress was ugly. No, I said it was ugly on you. It's not an ugly dress. Obviously not. Like, you made the dress, so I'm not. It just doesn't. It's not your body type. It's not even like you're ugly or dress is ugly. It's just that together you guys create. Those people that can talk their way. That's what's given. And then we have Aquarius energy, and the energy is freedom-loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. So, lots of internet relativity there. This person could be messaging you, looking through your social medias, your internet. It's probably obviously the primary choice for a lot of people to do their research. And this is also a sign that resonates with networking with a lot of people. So there could be a community around this, or there could just be like, I know a lot of people, or who to ask for what, to for which, to what, like knowing people from all around. Let's hope it doesn't mean people multi-factoring into a situation. Like, damn, I hate when it's like a bunch of people involved. But we do have a lot of this like air energy here. So this is intellectual energy. It's communication. And then we have Sagittarius, who is about higher learning. So that's somewhat intellectual as well. But Sagittarius also represents that fire within your spirit that makes you want to go out and explore things and experience things firsthand and be free. And just like Aquarius, but free in the way that they don't have to commit or be anywhere. They just want to be easygoing. Whereas, Aquarius is like, I militantly want to be free. Like you can't hold me down. It's not puffy, hold me down, baby, in this one. So let's have a look at what this person or people secretly don't want you to know. Okay, and what it's involving is coming down to these oracle cards that I'm shuffling, the energy oracle. Let's have a look. Oh, damn. So we have the temple path. And think about that, because, I know this setup is like, you can barely see the cards. I wish it was a little closer, but, the temple path, or it might be just my monitor is really small because it's the camera monitor, so it looks really tiny, but maybe you guys can see everything perfectly. I don't know. I should do a quality check. The temple path is walk the spiritual path. Walk with that enlightenment. What this person secretly doesn't want you to know, it feels like there's like this spiritual enlightenment and wisdom to it, like they're holier than thou. But let's hope there's no conflict involved. Because this temple path is at least, it could mean well. It could be like, oh, I'm trying to let things happen naturally. Let the universe divinely unfold events that are meant to be. And taking the high road as well with this. So let's see what the tarot has to say. I'm using the Golden Universal. And we can have a look at what this chatty patty Gemini has to say. This free-spirited Sag Aquarius energy. A lot of awakening, enlightenment type energy coming to the surface. But let's have a look at how this person communicates, because that could be a thing here. And what they secretly don't want you to know is, well, we already know that there is a secret, but I guess this is a little bit more. It's looking a little more sus a little bit more malicious intent filled when you throw out a Seven of Swords, and especially one that's in reverse. Then we have the Temperance card, whom is associated with the zodiac sign Sagittarius, who you already have, so it's kind of interesting. Then we have the Queen of Swords, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. You know, I don't divvy up the space well. Followed by the Nine of Swords. So a more challenging reading than, you know, a little bit of a roller coaster, but a little more challenging of a reading than your typical reading, you know. So we look at this as a whole and we think about, hey, what do they secretly not want you to know? Like, what's going on? And we see the deception, the wearing the false mask in the relationship through the Seven of Swords. And we're wondering, like, are the answers obvious? Are they right in front of us? Are we ignoring the signs? Are we ignoring our instincts or our intuition? Because it feels like this person would be very obvious, and maybe it's even at the point where you're lying to yourself about the mask that they're wearing. Maybe their actions don't add up to what they're saying, and you should do the math and make the math mathing. Now, this isn't about victim blaming. This is about you kind of almost wanting to have an open heart. You wanting to be free of any burdens with this person, or free of any painful points. So you're like, almost like trying to start anew. Trying to, you know, be the bigger person, like I mentioned. Because we have this healing, reconciliation, and finding resolution type energy here. And so I'm wondering if that's like the energy that I guess you represent more than anything, if there's deception. I mean, we could also look at it as in, since this card is in reverse, we could also look at it as in you being not completely honest with your intentions upon this healing and reconciliation. Hey, can we still be friends? Absolutely. You want to hang out? Yeah, sure. It's like, probably shouldn't hang out because we have feelings, or maybe I need time, or I need space. But saying yes because you're just like, let me just put on a front until I can eventually get to a place where that front is real, or you know what I mean? But it's still not being honest with oneself. This energy is also that Sagittarius energy, very easygoing. And but this card is also, the tarot meaning is all about moderation, and again, going with the flow, like just not doing too much and not making an exaggerated effort. So it feels like, you know, it feels like one of those like karmic, if they're lying to you, you do not have to obsess over it. You do not have to look into this and that and that and that. And this is also how I live my life too, is that if all the people are doing all this stuff, you're never going to be able to trust anyone. You're never going to be able to know who's lying and who's not going to lie. This is one you got to leave up to the ethers. Like, I know that even if they are lying, I will find out eventually. And it won't be by me looking. It'll come to the surface, as it always does. And the stuff that where they're lying and I don't find out ever, they're probably going to end up not being important anyway. So you can judge that one out, you spiritual guides or whatever the heck you want to be. But just deal with that for me. And I feel like I'm good. I don't wonder if people are straight up lying to me out of nowhere and get obsessive compulsive. So then we have the Queen of Swords, who, again, listen. When the day comes and you find out they are lying, you can't be like, well, maybe they didn't mean, well, maybe. You got to be like, all right, Queen of Swords energy, come forth, off with your head. I don't play them games. I put my foot down. I look soft and gentle, but I put my foot down. Because if I don't put my foot down, my swords are going to start swinging. You know, she has that little fire in her, right? And then we have the Nine of Pentacles, just adding on to that fiery energy, or that try to do me wrong type energy. I wish a mother would energy. So, and then we have the Nine of Swords. So I feel like, you know, you're dealing with a person who secretly doesn't want you to know, maybe about the growth and the synthesis and the transformation. I want to get into the details of it, because I feel like, you know, they're giving us the archetypes of the Queen of Swords. So what they don't want you to know could involve a mother figure, or them if they're in a place of authority, or you if you're in a place of authority having to, you know something or do something, but they are keeping information from you and just trying to stay out of it. I feel like it's almost like if this is like if you're the superior of someone and they're not telling you some tidbit of information because they just want to act like everything's cool and they don't want to get involved. You know, I would see that as like, hey, why don't you tell me, type thing. But then it's like, can't tell you because you're the authority here, and you're gonna go berserk. You're gonna, you know. So I'm wondering if they're not telling you based on a reaction that they fear, or like just because There's a lot of independence here. They may feel like they don't know how you'll react, or they can't gauge because you're not connected to them in more than a, like, there's like a you're above me type thing. You're not on my level. You're like my sister's sister. Like, I know you, but I don't know you like that, and I can't just tell you anything that I just learned. You know, I don't want you to know. I don't want you to know that I know. I don't want to get involved. But they do live anxiously about it. I want to get more in depth about what the heck it is, because it's like these three guys, and then we're going from deception and wearing a false mask, and that could even be you wearing the false mask because it's in reverse. And then we're going to anxiety about it. Like, what is it? What's going on? I know what you're going through, but damn, Judgment Day. So they think that the answers are going to, like, this will unfold organically, they think, so like they don't want to say anything. It's like your comeuppance will come. Okay, so there's judgment there. There's the rude awakening, as I like to call it, when it's in reverse, that you're in for. Like, just the horn being blown and everything. It's like almost like people getting exposed and then having to atone, or just so they can move on to the next chapter of their life. Like, leave all that ish behind, or even just like let it start the next chapter by, you know, burning everything to the ground. And then we have, okay, there's some choice words that people had. There's some choice words that are going to get exposed. So I don't know if you were mad one time and said something to this person and they told someone else and they secretly don't want you to know that they told, like, or somebody may have said something about you and they don't want you to know until you find out by somebody else, or some other circumstance where you inevitably will find out. It could be more than words. It could be knowledge, intel. It's like, hey, our company is having a merge and everybody's going to get laid off. I know that, but I don't want everyone to mass leave before we need them to, so don't say anything. And then this person is just fighting back tears to not tell you, because, like, why wouldn't I want to tell everybody, but I can't. It feels like they're holding some sort of information like that, or some conversation, some words. I feel like this is also an arc in a storyline for a lot of people, or anyone that's involved, because of this Pluto relation with the Judgment card. As you know, Pluto represents death and rebirth, but really the overall transformation is what it represents. It's like an awakening. It is an awakening. It's like doing a snapshot. It's like knowing the inevitable. Like, one day you're gonna graduate, and then move to the next chapter, and then not really being able to mark a date and time when that end and that start is. So then life goes, okay, well, guess what? Your whole company's moving to Beijing and you're moving with them. And then you're like, okay. I always wanted to travel and work, but I never actually made it a priority and executed a plan. Like, wow, this kind of worked out for me. But normally it doesn't work out in such a positive way. It's more like shocking and troubling and jarring. It's more not like this convenient wrap up, but it's like, all right, you know, you've been on and off again with your boy, with your girl, on and off again, on again, off again, on and off again. Now this person has gotten married and had a child and has moved to the other side of the country, so life kind of sent a judgment card down to you and recalibrated your life for you, because you could have done that forever. Okay, so I feel like there's some choice words and there's some things that need to move forward that seem rather harsh that you didn't know of. So some of you might even be finding out things, you know, that just, you know, when you're going through a breakup and you're like, but then you find out something that just kickstart you going, oh, I hate that person. I'm never talking about them again. Get them. Oh, they were cheating on me the whole time? You know what? F that person. Done with that person. That person's dead to me. I don't even know who they are. I don't anything. They don't exist. Who? Like that. I think something just gets kickstarted. Then we have the Eight of Wands. It's giving us, there's a special effort. There's a doing too muchness of it. There's going out of your way, doing stuff that you shouldn't. Like, I don't know. I think that's malice. To me, that's malice. The Knight of Swords with the Eight of Wands, like making a special effort to be extra rude or do something that is extra insensitive or extra like hot-headed or impulsive that is damaging to other people. I feel like some of you guys might be surprised with someone like that. You know, they started off as, maybe their justifications are very spiritual to them. Like, they're like, I just had to do what I want to do. I just want to be free. I just want to be free spirit. Like, anybody who's been burned by like a Sagittarius or Aquarius energy, they're like, well, I caught you on a technicality. I never committed to you. I never, you know, your feelings, you know, those are a side effect, or those are a consequence. I'm out of control. I didn't give you this title. I didn't say it, you know. get you on a technicality when it comes to matters of the heart kind of thing. But I feel like, yeah, they could be a little harsh, abrasive. Maybe their personality changes. I feel like they know what they're doing. I feel like when they are sensitive and emotional and they do care about someone, they do have that emotional intelligence and that wisdom from a, like, a upper caring area. Like, think about Taurus protecting someone they truly love, like that. Like, they have that King of Cups emotional intelligence and sensitivity towards feelings. But I feel like when they get like this, when they're acting like this, when it's starting off as lies, then they underlying don't have that sensitivity or care for the person that we're talking about, and we're talking about you right now. So secretly they don't want you to know all of this. I feel like they have like other agendas, whoever this person that you're dealing with is. Maybe there was like, again, the on and off again, or there was just something going on in the beginning, and then, you know, you want to be the bigger person, let things go, and then, you know, it's still, they just, like, they come to a point where you need to be the Queen of Swords, and maybe you are for a moment, but I don't know, karma seems like they're like, you know what, we're going to cut this off for you. This person's going to prison for 25 years. Imagine. Because I can't leave you alone. You get some harsh coffee. Oh, anyways. Alright, so there it is. That is your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, share the video, and if you'd like your own personal reading, please check out the description for a link to my website as well as a link to my Etsy shop. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.